Welcome back to OneDeepVoid. Today's tale takes us to the crossroads of reality and nightmares as we delve into a story shrouded in controversy and fear. A tale supported by a photo so unsettling, it continues to haunt the internet and stir debates about its authenticity. We trace the steps of a man, known to some as Harry, to others as Clifford, and his harrowing brush with death on Maple Grove Road. Was it merely a crash or a glimpse into hell itself? The truth is as elusive as it is chilling. Join me as we uncover the layers of this mysterious tale. Let's begin. Many people claim this story is true. Others say the opposite or that it's only partially true. Either way, some give it the benefit of the doubt because there's a photo circulating on the internet, and what is seen in it is as unsettling as the story behind it. It's about a terrible photo, and today will be one of those very few times when you will get to know the complete story behind it. Initially, it was reported in 2014 that the individual we see was named Harry Hoyt, and he is said to be 32 years old. But the truth is that the individual is also known as Clifford Hoyt, aged 31 at that time. The slight and sensitive disparity between the two stories is so strange that it is considered a mystery. Whichever version it is said that he is a man who saw hell, unfortunately, at a horrible and unimaginable cost. Little is known about his life. This man became known thanks to a very serious car accident on Maple Grove Road in Maryland, United States, in the year 1999. Clifford almost died. It is said that he managed to crawl out of the gravel to the green area away from the road. He was unconscious for many hours until someone driving by the road called 911. With a long recovery ahead due to the accident, casts, surgeries, and a critical health condition, Clifford today never became the same again, but for reasons much worse than all of the above mentioned. For now, you should only know that he was in a coma for several weeks. The police tried to investigate, but it was in vain. They wanted to know if the subject had been driving drunk or under the influence of some drug. The accident scene was so atrocious that not finding evidence of one thing or another did not convince the officers. That at least until they spoke with the family, people with a very healthy lifestyle, who assured that Clifford was a serious and responsible person who didn't even drink alcohol socially, let alone drugs. Both the family and the nurses, who were already familiar with this character, believed that the biggest upset he would have if he woke up was knowing that his car had been completely totaled and that the complete recovery of his physical health would take more than a year. They had no idea that the misery, agony, and absolute terror of Clifford would go far beyond physical and material losses. It was at night when a howl of dread filled the hospital wards. At first, it seemed as if someone was screaming for their life. The other patients were terrified. The staff rushed to the room from where the screams came, burst open the door, and there was Clifford Hoyt, greatly delaying his recovery by clumsily moving his arms and legs, injuring himself again and undoing the healing as muscles and bones were torn again. But here's the problem. Clifford didn't care about this. What he cared about was what he said he was seeing. When he managed to calm down, his first words in many weeks were to explain, crying, that he had been dead and that he saw what hell was like. He testified about the raw, deranged, and terrifying visions with so much detail that it was hard to listen to. It was hard to believe that such barbarity came from someone's imagination in such a vivid way that it has not even been known, not by far, to any horror writer. Clifford said that the presences were coming for him. He disdainfully rejected psychological treatment. He was finally discharged, but his stay among us would not last much longer. A few weeks later, his neighbors called the police complaining about loud music. People couldn't explain how they heard it so loud while the guy could endure it in his apartment. The building manager called the owner of the property, the person who rented it, Clifford. With the master key, he made his way in and saw the place in such a deplorable state that, to have evidence in case he had to ask for fair compensation, he began taking pictures. Nothing prepared the man for what he saw when he reached the living room and captured the image that remained for posterity. Clifford was lucid. He explained that he was hugging a block of ice because he felt like he was burning, The specters were after him, he said, and the only way to ward them off was to play music at full volume. Clifford was admitted to a psychiatric hospital in Maryland. No more was known about him. However, the most terrifying part of this story is that there is a third version, beyond the first two I showed you at the beginning, or more than a version, a small proof from the Baltimore Sun, a newspaper from Maryland, the same state province of the psychiatric where it is said Clifford Hoyt is admitted. The news dates from 1999, the year it is said the story takes place, and talks about an incident on Maple Grove Road involving a certain Clifford Hoyt, only here his age is changed again. It says that at the time of the accident, the young man was only 17 years old. In short, the subject of this news, if we take into account the time that has passed, is today 42 years old. This world can be dark in many ways. If you liked the video, please give it a thumbs up and share it with your friends. And remember, be careful what you wish for. You don't know who might be listening.